All praises to Aya, Shaya, Bahashem, Shaya, Rawak. This is the messenger for heaven. This is part 3 of Death in Abraham's Bosom, parable or fact. As you know from the first 2 videos, that we know that Abraham's bosom does exist, consists of different levels of Hades or hell according to your judgment, and I have experienced this one-on-one. There's no doubt about it. It is real. And I want to focus on judgment because a lot of people are stating that, with no disrespect to the Messiah, I thank him, I praise him, I magnify his name, I glorify his name. I thank Ahia for him and his spirit and his blood that he shed for the remissions of sin and for a stiff-necked, rebellious, unbelieving nation of people. And a lot of Hebrews are out there coming against me in these last days. They're stating that the Messiah was the last prophet. If that's the case, I believe it's Acts 2:17 or 3:17, that he would pour out his spirit on all flesh. Your sons and daughters shall prophesy, and your old men shall dream dreams, and he will pour out his spirit on his handmaids and his servants. He shall pour out his spirit. And I'm a living witness that this is taking place. I have experienced so much in these last days through the Spirit of the Most High. I am being obedient, and I will continue to be obedient to the will of the Most High and His Son. And that's Acts 2:17. Nowhere I have read that the Most High will take away His Spirit in the last days. And so this brings me to the book of Revelations, 21st chapter. And it has to do with judgment and the unbelieving. And it reads, "And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them, and be their power. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful. And he said unto me, It is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the water of life freely. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his power, and he shall be my son. But the fearful and the unbelieving and the abominable and the murderers and the whoremongers, sorcerers and idolaters and liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death." These words are written in red, so you know this is the Messiah speaking. You Hebrews out there and Gentiles alike that are mocking and scoffing, that are unbelieving, when the Most High has said Chicago would be the first to fall, Jamestown, Virginia would be the last standing. You're not going to enter the kingdom. And guess what? There's a lake of fire with fire and brimstone that is the second death that is awaiting you. Now, you Hebrews out there, tell me I can't read. Tell me this is not the same place that the rich man lifted up his eyes and he was in hell. Tell me this is not the same place, and I'm waiting. Just like you're telling me that the Messiah was the last prophet, and that The scripture doesn't state that he was going to pour out his spirit on his handmaids and his daughter. And I'll be waiting, because woe to him that strive with his maker. You're not striving against me. You're striving against the Most High. Now, when he brings judgment on this place, Sodom, Gomorrah, Egypt, the blood is not on my hands. I have washed my hands. I pray that I have been made clean in the blood of the Lamb, and that my sins have been blotted out. Because you don't know the hell on earth that I've been through trying to reach my brothers and sisters of the Hebrew nation, and the mocking and scoffing. I fear not death. That's peace to me. It's peace to me. I fear the judgment. I welcome all comments. And just remember, you open your tongue against the Most High's anointed ones. He said, touch not his anointed ones, and do his prophets no harm. Abraham's bosom is real. Hell is real. There is a judgment, and there's a judgment from the unbelieving, which is called a lake of fire and brimstone, which is the second death, and it's not when the missiles hit the daughter of Babylon. This is the second death, for it is appointed for man to die once, and then comes the judgment, according to Hebrews 9:27 and 28. The bombs are coming. I'll be meeting the Messiah up in the air, whatever the case may be. But I have warned, I have sounded the trumpet. I've been doing it for 8 years now. You've been warned. I washed my hands. Time is running out. Those who can, get out while you can, while there is still time. Those who cannot, have faith in the Most High, and he will bring you through the fire, such as silver tried and such as gold tried in the fire. He will bring you through it. Have faith and believe. Those who have an ear, let them hear what the Spirit is saying.